Welcome back, everyone, to Pinetopia, where we are back here at the temple, where I hope to finish up the temple project today. And the first thing I want to do is to build a fountain. And before I do that, I want to make sure I have the right location for building it. And that's because I need to build the fountain in such a way that it looks like that we've got water pipes going up through here and through there, through those two corners and doing anything. And that's because we can't have the pipes going up here because this is our corridor, and I can't think of any place else. Well, the other possibility actually is back here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps behind where I opened it up. So we'll either have the fountain right here, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 locations behind it. So let's go upstairs and see which one looks like the better location. Now, if we did it here, it'll be almost at the entrance. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I think this is at the better location for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, all right. And this is a hidden area there, so we don't have to worry about the question of how the pipes are getting up or anything like that. That's the main thing I was worried about is where are the water pipes? I know you don't literally have water pipes or anything like that, but from the point of view of vermicitude, there was the question on where they would be. And I would assume that there's a little bit more in the way of support that could be around here. Now then, we just need a design for our fountain, and wondering if we could have extra lights here. We have there and there. So we have lights going all around there. We have this light there. Then that makes, does that light become redundant then? Hmm. This is the silky, so yeah. All right, let me check around here, see what I think about downstairs from the point of view of the lighting. From a literal lighting point of view, of course, it's not any problem whatsoever because we're actually getting our lighting from the floor. But I figure we could have our lights here and there. Right, and that makes that nice and symmetrical. Good. So I think I can live with that. Yeah, that does put that off on the center there a little bit, but there's already a precedent for that in some locations like over there. So let's go back upstairs and check on this. That means we're going to have a fountain right here. And the fountain is then going to go right about right here along the outside. Now, should we use prismarine brick or prismarine for this? See how this looks. Oh, yes, of course. This can come out a little bit. Yeah, let's grab that. Yeah, this can come out. Good. And this will come out like this. Good. I suppose if we're going to go out to the lights in each case, we might as well do that also. So we can have it go like that. Now we are going to need, for the diorite, ooh, we don't have much in the way of diorite, but we can use the slabs like that. That means getting rid of these so that we have a nice place for the water to flow into. Make this, yeah, let's make this white. I wonder what happened if we put the water on it like that. First, I'll need to get a bucket. Now, this is something that wouldn't have worked before 1.14 because it seems to work fairly well here. All right, good. Actually, having it come out on a slab like that instead of all the way off, I think is actually nicer than I was thinking we would have before. Yeah, there you go. That's our little water altar right here, and it could serve as a wishing well, perhaps, or an offering well where people could throw things in there in order to ask for things. Good. Now, down here, I was thinking it would be a good place for the clerics to gather at night because we'll probably have workstations up here and maybe a couple here. So I think I probably should have made this an odd size instead of an even size, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to live with that choice. But let's say 1, 2. He's not tempted to have. It'd be nice to have 6 workstations, but I only have 5 beds. But I guess I could live with having only 5 clerics, and the other one could be sort of the demo one for the public or something like that. Yeah, I think we could go with that. Now we're going to need a bell, and unfortunately the bell can't be centrally located. At least not literally, so it has to be slightly off center for what we do with the bell. And I want the bell down here, and the reason why I want the bell down here is this is where the clerics will come to, and I believe there are some pathing problems the with the between workstations and beds and stuff like this. So I figure put the bell here, which should not conflict with anything. And I'm hoping they'll be able to get up and down to both areas. Of course, that means I'm going to have to move some clerics here in order to actually test this. Or actually villagers in general, because they may have secondary jobs that they do here. But I know we got this. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll just make them all clerics and make the whole thing easier. We'll have to see. Now, what next? Now for that entrance that we spoke of at the end of the last episode, I think that we could just have some prismarine brick here. See, how's that look? I think that will work, though what we're going to be needing is that. So we have a little light all the way through here, since once that's up there, we're no longer going to be getting consistent sunlight in here. So that should work, right? Hmm. Actually, I think some stairs would actually might be better here. Some stairs on the corners and then the slabs up in the middle. Let's try it that way. So let's take off these right here. So make it slightly on the, like an arch. Of course, not all of them are readily reachable, but that's another matter. Let's see how this works. Actually, they'll probably want to be going like that. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oops. Let's take that one then. Well, I guess I do need 2 more stairs there in order to make it feel right. How'll that look if I slightly change that? Yeah, I think I like that better. All right, good. And we'll do the same thing over here. Good. And then I'll just add 2 more stairs there. 1 and 2. All right, much, much better. I think we can go with that. Not too sure how that would look at the top, but I could always check the map. Oh, this is ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Soon I'm going to have more of these golems than I have villagers, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't think these zombies are going to dare attack this place. Whee! Now, what I want to get here? Well, one of the things I wanted to get here, of course, was the bell, if it's still around. But the other thing was, oh yes, the map, which tough to get to because there was a gaggle of golems there. All right, here's the bell. And here is the... There you go. And oopsie daisy. Whew. See, now you know why I moved out of town. It's crowded in here. Like rush hour. I guess when they are all meeting together like that, the villagers there, sometimes the golems are there. Okay, so now I have the entrance appearing on there. And how about if I doff the shield so that I can get a better view of that map? All right, well, I suppose it'll do. Guess I could check to see how it looks from the rooftop. There you go. There's the fountain down there. There's that area where I'll be putting the bell. All right, and this. That's going to... I would think that's going to collect water in it, but seeing that this is a water temple, I guess we could live with a fault like that. So I'm going to call that fine. What happens if I try to put the... Oops. I didn't want to knock out the diorite block. I just wanted to get rid of the stair. And I figure, what if I put the bell right here? Alright, I could put a bell here. And then, since I want something to be a little bit on the symmetrical side, I could just put a lantern there. There you go. A lantern on that side and a bell on this side. That does give me a pair of diorite stairs. And I'm wondering if I can use that. So what I'll do is I'll take that off and place that with a diorite stair. Well, it does look a little bit off because the waterlogging is only to the bottom half, it looks like. Well, what happens if I... Well, that wasn't good. All right, that wasn't a bright idea. All right, I've obviously placed it wrong. That was a bit much even for a water temple. I guess that's the way it's going to go. All right. Not too sure it's better with the stair sticking out or not, but there are plenty of fountains, though, where you will do something like that. Perhaps, maybe that will do. If I don't like it, I can always change it back to what it was before. Now that takes care of the entrance. Oh, except, of course, for doors. Yes, of course. We need doors. I suppose we are going to be needing that then if we are going to be putting in doors for this. So what kind of wood should we use for doors? Oh, and windows. We can't forget windows, could we? No, of course not. Oh, but we need some lanterns there. All right, good. Now, I was thinking windows, and that means glass. Now, where do I have glass at? Do I have that here? I have 4 green stained glass. I have 4 glass panes. I've got a huge amount of sand, so I could make sand pretty much at will. Let's just make a little bit of sand, 31, 32. Let's make 32 sand. Maybe I should actually take it if I want to be able to do anything with it. Cook that up, and if I don't need it, fine. I'll have 32 glass for some other reason. But for now, we'll let that cook and see if I can find some good places to put some glass, because this place feels a little bit claustrophobic. All right, here we go. And should I use panes or should I use... Oh, ha 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 ha. The question is, do you use panes? Do you use stained glass, regular glass? Let's try using panes for now. All right, since that has a little bit more interest to it, the way things go. And I think that if we do that, add that in a couple places there, that at least makes that a little bit more interesting. Now here, of course, we can't do that. But we can do that here. Good. And here. No one's going to be looking out that window, but that's actually, yeah, we don't want to encourage people to do dangerous things in order to get views. Besides, we are going to have that view down there, which is going to be our major attraction all about this. There you go. And then the other one, and if things are going well, then I should have enough panes ready in order to get this all together. Let's check down at the furnace. 12. That's enough for 2 sets. 32. That should be more than enough panes. Good. Yeah, a little bit of overkill here. All right, good. But this is much better than what I had before. Now, here, not too sure I would like to have that here, but over here, we can have a little bit here. Good. Now, I think I better hit the sack. I suppose a view out from this way would also be in order. There you go. That's much nicer. And down here, yeah, maybe a little bit of a view there. Even though it's not going to be the major place where you'll be wanting to look at since she has this nice below water window there, but I think that, oops. Oh, right. You're going to make that tough on me, aren't you? Of course you are. But I'll get it anyway. There you go. Now we can see how that looks. Ah, yes. I think that could be useful if you're looking up here to see what's out on the surface. I think that'll work. Good. And I still have doors to take care of. Doors, 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 doors. What type of doors do I want? Ah, see, unfortunately, I don't have all that much wood around here. I've got some. I don't think iron doors would be appropriate for this place. Oh, dark oak. And spruce. Oak is. Oh, let's use the dark oak. Thus, we'll begin with those two. All right, good. That gives us doors. So now we have doors, we have windows, we have a ceiling. The only thing we don't have are occupants. Now we have beds and a bell. Now we do have all these barrels. If I went and brought some raw villagers here, I am going to wind up with a ton of fishermen. That's why I'm going to run. So I'm going to have to see if I find a way to get some clerics here. And that's what I'm going to work on when we return for the next episode of Pinetopia.